Okay, you guys can hear me?
You are on mute, sir.
Yeah. All right, so my voice is audible, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in the last lecture we have started talking about the SQL and certain SQL related operations. We have started talking about them, right? So we discuss about the DML command like insert, update, delete, how to insert a data into the table, how to update a data, how to delete a data from the table. That those are all things that we have discussed in the last lecture. We also discuss about the DDL command, so how to create a table. Okay, so all those things we have discussed. Let me share my screen with all of you. Okay, let's do one thing. Let me do one thing. So we discussed about the aggregate functions in the last lecture, right, everyone? Sum, mean, max. Anyone remember? Did we discuss about this aggregate functions? Sum, mean, max, average, count. Is it done? Not discussed? What was the last thing that we discussed? Not yet discussed? Okay.
Sir, operators.
Okay, operators we have discussed. Fine. Let me open the command prompt. So I have opened the command prompt and let me connect to my database SQL plus /s sysdb. Okay, so many times we are in a situations where I want to change my table structure. Okay, what I want to do, I want to change my table structure. So um, so what is meant by table structure? Table structure means, like, consider that I have one table with the name emp. So when I see this employee table, I can see that we have 4 columns are there: employee ID, employee name, salary, and job. And this is their data types. Like employee ID will store number type of data, employee name will store variable plus character type of data, again salary number. So these are my data types are there, and corresponding their size you can see here. Now consider a situation that I want to add one more column in this employee table. I want to add one more column. The table is already exist and I want to add one more column. So whenever you are in situations where you want to change your table structure, so that time we are going to use a command called alter command. If you remember, when we discuss about the DDL command, so in that we were using alter also, create also, drop was also there, right? Truncate was there. So this alter is basically like you can use it for multiple things. Like let's say you want to add a new column. Okay, let's say you want to remove the column. Let's say you want to change a data type, like we are using number data type, and let's say I want to change my data type from number to something different. I want to change the size of my column. So all these things we can do it, with the help of alter. Okay, let me tell you one example. Like, so I have 4 columns are there. What I want to do, I want to add one more column here. So what is the column you want to add? So I have an employee. Okay, let's say I want to add one more column here, um with the name, let's say, address. So I'll say alter table name, add column. What I want to do, I want to add one more column. address. Now what will be the address data type? It will be varchar only, varchar 220. So let's say I'm adding one more column. Column spelling, alter table, table name, add. Okay, no need to mention the this one, then this one. Okay, looks good, and this one. So I can see here that I have added one more column with the name address and the data type is varchar 2. If I check here describe and emp, I can see here that I have added one more column with the name address here. Now the thing is, now the thing is, now the thing is, if I check select star from emp, like if I fire select star from emp command, or let's say if I just say select emp name comma address from table name, so I can see here that the employee name and other column is having a data, but my address column does not have any data as of now, because this is the new column that we have just added. So whenever you want to add one more column, you can use the command like alter table, table name, add a column and their data type. So this is the way you can add a new column. Likewise, you can do multiple other things. Like let's say I want to change a data type. Like for example, consider that this is a data type of varchar 2 and I want to change this data type from varchar 2 to character, and I want to change the size also. How to do that? So I'll say alter table, table name, modify, alter table, table name, modify. What do you want to modify? I want to modify address. What is the data type you want to give? Character 30. Let's keep it 20. So if I check DSC employee, so earlier address is of type varchar 2. Now I got changed to the character. I'll tell you the difference between character and varchar 2. Now consider a situation that you want to drop this column. Like this is the column that I want to drop it. So I'll use same command, alter table, table name. Then I'll say drop column. What is the column name? I want to drop address. So this way, okay, now I cannot drop this column because the syntax is correct, because this table is owned by the super user and my current user is sys. Like if you check here, all these commands I'm running by using a sys user. So any table which is owned by sys user, you cannot drop the column. But otherwise, if it is owned by some other user, you can use the same command, alter table, table name, drop column, column name. This is the way you can drop a column also. Consider a situation that you want to rename the column. Like I want to rename the column from address to, let's say, location. So you can rename the column also. Alter table, table name, rename column. Which column? Address to, let's say I'll make it location. If I run it, so if you check here, so this way you can change the column name also. All these things, all these links like adding a column, removing column, modifying a column. Let's say you want to rename the column. Everything I'm doing it by using which command? Everything I'm doing it by using which command? Employee command also. By using alter command only. Even if you have a table which is not having primary key. Okay. Let's take an example. You have a table and in that table you forget to add a primary key. You can add a primary key also later on, provided that column should have unique values. It does not have any duplicate. Then you can add a primary key also. So primary key constraint you can add, or if you want to remove that primary key, that is also possible with the help of alter command. So likewise, many things you can do it with the help of your alter command. Did you understand? Like everyone, did you understand? Is it clear? Is it clear about the alter command? Everyone, is it clear? Okay. So alter is quite useful normally, like let's say you have created a structure, and so that time it's quite useful. Now what is the difference between difference between character and varchar 2, and which one we should use it? Okay, see, for example, let's take an example. There are certain things are there in the life which are quite constant. For example, like in India, we are getting this Aadhaar number, right? So Aadhaar number is of size 12 digit, correct na? Aadhaar number is of size 12 digit. So what I can do, like or let's take an example of your PAN card also. Let's take an example of your PAN card. So that size is also fixed. So I'm assuming that this PAN card is of size 10 digit. Okay, everyone is having the PAN card is of size 10 digit. Now let's say I want to create a table, and in that table I want to have one column with the name PAN card, and I will store their PAN card. Now I know that my column is fixed of size 10 digit only, but there are certain things where your size is not fixed. For example, your name. Okay, now consider that I have one column with the name, and I have mentioned here with the varchar. Okay, let's say I have a column with the name and the data type varchar 2, and I mention it 30. So internally what will happen, the 30 byte will be allocated on database level. So let's say you are inserting something, like let's say you have a name column and you are inserting, let's say, Sagar. Even though as soon as you are trying to insert, initially the 30 blocks will be allocated. How many? 30 blocks. But what you have inserted, you have inserted Sagar, which is of, let's say, 5 byte only. SAGAR. So when you use varchar 2, what will happen? After that, if you are inserting, let's say, Nikhil, this Nikhil will be used this part, NIKHIL. Even though the 30 byte was, even though this 30 space were allocated for the Sagar, the good thing about the varchar 2 is whatever space is left, that space can be reused by the next character. You can use that. But if you are, instead of using name as a varchar, if you are mentioning character 30, so what will happen, this 30 space will be allocated, 1 2 3 4, like this. How many? 30 space. 30 space will be allocated. Now if you insert Sagar, and after that if you are inserting Nikhil, this character will not allow you to use this space. And this is the internal of database, I'm telling you. This character, it will not allow you, because this space was allocated for Sagar only, so he will not allow you. If you are inserting Nikhil, then again it will allocate 30 size. Okay, here it will allocate 30 size, and then that one will be used for your Nikhil. So varchar 2 and character, this is the main difference. Varchar 2 is good when you have a very well variable length of data, like name. My name is Ankush, I have 6 character, someone is having 7 character, we don't know. So that time we can use very varchar 2. But when you know that you have a fixed length, like as I said, your PAN card, it's a fixed length, so that time you can go with the character. Character is much faster than varchar 2. But when to use character, the character is mainly useful when you are aware that the length cannot be going beyond this 10 size, so go with the character. When you are saying that, okay, your name, your address, discussion, description, so in that case you can go with the varchar 2. So varchar 2 is variable, like it's, the variations are there. Did you get my point, everyone? Everyone, is it clear? Everyone, is it clear? When to use varchar to, when to use character? All right. So this is the internal. Okay. When you type it generally, so this is all things happening behind the scene. So generally, like this part is very important, especially when you talk about the Oracle database performance or any database performance. Okay. So that time this part is very important. Like for example, let's say you are developing any application. For example, you're developing any application means, like you take an example of Android application. Let's say you're developing game, and when when you're writing down the code, so this small detailing play a very important role. Like let's say you have one app which is of size 20 MB, and you have another app which is of size 30 MB. So this 20 MB and 30 MB both are doing the same thing, but since this 30 MB it is consuming your more space in your mobile phone, again the performance was wise also it is not that great compared to the 20 MB. So this size play a very important role when you design the databases and all. Okay. All right, so this is all about the alter things. Okay, this is all about the alter. If I have a table, one more thing, there are three important things that you need to understand. One is drop, second is truncate, and third one is delete. So what is drop? When you say drop, when you say like drop table and table name, when you fire a command like I want to drop my table, consider that this is my table. Under that I have these columns are there like ID, name and salary, and these are my records are there. When you fire a drop command, it will drop your data also, like this is my data, row number 1, row number 2. It will drop your data also, plus table structure, means everything is gone. So let's say I have a date, let's say I have a table which is of size 100 GB, and if you drop it, then you will get 100 GB of space. When you say drop, it's gone. You cannot roll back it unless and until you have backups available. That is drop. What is truncate? Truncate will only delete your your records. Which records? All records. Like same example, let's say this is my table, and when I fire a command like truncate table name, what it will do, whatever records you have here, let's say you have 10 million records are there, all those 10 million record will be deleted within a single shot, everything. But what will be there? Your table structure will be there. It means you will have a table, under that table you will have columns will be there, but it does not have any data, no data. Here there will not be no data, no data, only table structure will be there. What drop will do? Drop will remove table structure also and the data also, everything. Like consider that you have one, consider a situation that you have one drum, under that you have water is there, so this water is my data. Okay, and this is my drum which is my table structure, means table structure holding your data. Okay, so when you fire a drop command, your drum is also gone, water is also gone, everything is gone. When you fire truncate command, what it will do, your water will be going, but you will have empty drum will be there. Later on if you want, you can add the data. Later on you can add the data in truncate. Later on you can add the data because you have empty table is there, so you can add it. Then we are talking about delete. See, one thing you might have observed in truncate, like it does not have any filter, like all the records. Truncate, it will delete all records. I explicitly mention all. But when you fire delete command, when you fire a delete command, what delete will do? Delete, uh, along with the delete you can use condition also. Like let's say I don't want to delete all records, so you can say delete with some where condition also you can use. After delete you have options to do rollback also. After a delete you have options to do rollback also. Like let's say you think that, "Arey yaar, I have deleted and again I want to roll back," so you can roll back the things also, because delete is coming under DML, like insert, update and delete. So after that you have options to do rollback or you can do commit also. So when to use, when, like which one you can use? Drop is useful when you are pretty much confident that I don't want this table and I don't want this table structure as well as data, so go with drop. When you think that I don't want data, okay, I don't want data, like, so see, I don't want data means you can use delete also and you can use truncate also, both options are there. But who is faster? Truncate is faster compared to the delete. Truncate is faster compared to delete because it does not it does not hold any undo data. Like what is undo, don't worry about that, I'll explain you in future. But truncate is much faster because it cannot be rolled back, and delete is slower compared to the truncate. After truncate you cannot roll back. After delete you can roll back the things also. So what is drop? Drop will delete your complete table data as well as structure, everything. Drop will delete everything. Let's say I have 100 table I don't want and I cannot roll back also, okay, so go with drop. Drop will delete everything. Everything it will delete, table structure also as well as data also. So if I say here, what drop will do? Drop will delete your structure plus data. What truncate will do? It will delete all records, okay, there is no filter, you cannot roll back, no rollback, no rollback. What delete will do? Delete can delete specific data also, plus it can delete specific data also, plus it can delete all data also. But rollback is possible, rollback is possible, okay. Truncate only delete structure, remember, only truncate, sorry, truncate will delete only data, only data. This will delete only data. What drop will do? Drop will delete structure plus data, both. Let me show you one example, okay. For example, so let's say I have this employee table. Select, I'll just format is set lines 200, pages 200. So this is my table, okay. Select star from EMP. So this is my table, okay. If I say delete from EMP, where EMP underscore ID, EMP underscore ID is equals to, let's say, 105, the last record I'm deleting. I have deleted. Can I roll back? If I check here, I don't have 105. 105 is gone. Can I roll back? Yes, I can roll back. See here, 105 is back. If I say delete from EMP, I don't use any condition. I am not using any condition. All 5 records is gone. If I check, no record is available, but table structure is available. See here, if I check, table structure is available. So we have these columns are available. We have empty table is there. Can I do rollback after delete? Yes, I will get all my records. I'll get all my records. See here. If I use truncate command, truncate table name. This is a command. If I use truncate table name command, what it will do? It will delete all the record, no condition. Done. Table. Can I do rollback? If you say, can I do rollback? If I do rollback also, still the records are not coming. Even after the rollback, records are not coming. Truncate, after the truncate, you cannot do rollback. You don't have options to do rollback. Does it delete the table structure? See here, I have a table. It is not telling me that no table available. It is telling me that no rows available. Means table is there, structure is there, column is there, but there is no record. But if I use drop table emp, and if I do select star from emp, I'm getting the error message table does not exist. Even if I do rollback, still table does not exist. Drop means it is deleting your table structure as well as all the record from that table, and you cannot do rollback also. After truncate also you cannot do rollback. After drop also you cannot do rollback. Rollback is only for DML, insert, update, delete. That's the main difference between delete, truncate and drop. Is it clear? Is it clear, everyone? Mm. Mhm. Okay, ठीक है. Mm, okay, now we will try to understand about some of the important aggregate functions also. So what are those aggregate functions? Okay, many times these especially for freshers, the people are asking the questions about what is the difference between delete, truncate and drop. I think that should be clear now. Okay, so you guys can try it on your laptop, see if you are able to do that. Okay, now uh, what is mean by aggregate functions? Okay, what is mean by aggregate functions? Let's try to understand about that. Okay, let's try to understand about aggregate functions. Okay, see, many times we are in a situations where you know like for example, I have a huge data in my table. Okay, I have huge data in my table, and your manager is asking like, can you please tell me what is the total count of my table, like how many records are available in this particular table. So you're not going to just read one by one line and telling that. That's not the right way. Or for example, let's say I have an employee table. Okay, let's say I have an employee table, and in that employee table I have one column called salary column. So there is a person called, let's say, XYZ. His salary is 1000, 2000, 3000. So we have these employees are available. I want to know that what is the total salary of my employee. Like I want to know that how much salary we are paying to all the employee. So generally what we do the sum of first to second, second to third. If there are 5 10 employee, you might be doing that. But if you have a lot of people are there, let's say you have a company who is having 200 300 or 2000 3000 people, so that time it is quite difficult to know that how much salary you are paying to them, right? Generally in the Excel sheet we have that options where you can do the sum and all. You want to know that what is the minimal salary you are giving, maximum salary you are giving, how much average salary you are giving, all those things I want to know. So for that, in the database level there are some functions has been written. Some of the functions has been written. Those functions we called it as a aggregate functions. Like we have functions like we have a sum function is there. Generally we use functions in the bracket. Normally if you know about the Python or Java, functions is always in the bracket. So we have sum function is there, we have min function is there, we have max function is there, we have count function is there, we have average functions are there. These are the functions which are available in the SQL database. So how to use that? Okay, for example, let's say I have one table with the name, I hope we have a table with the name, select star from department. Do we have department table? Okay, let me do one thing. Let me create an employee table. Okay, let me create employee table. See, if you want to create a structure for anything, you can start using the chat GPT also. Okay, that's a nice way. So I'll say that uh, create employee table in Oracle database. Okay, and show me aggregate functions. So it will help you to just create some of the table structure for you, so you can use that. Okay, so I got the employee table. I'll just use that, copy that. Let me go to the here, open, paste it. Okay, the table has been created. Now let me do one thing. I want to insert some data, so I got some data. Fine. If I check here, select star from emp, I got the data also. This column is quite big, right? So I'll just change the size of this column. Call, what is the column name? Emp underscore name for, let's say I'll make it A20. Now it's fine, right? Okay, so what I will do, 1 minute guys, just give me a minute. Okay, all right, so I'm back. So what I did, so I have created this employee table and I'm trying to fetch the data from this employee table. Okay, now I want to use some aggregate function, so I'll say select sum of, like I want to do the sum of what? You cannot do the sum of employee name, right? That's not a right way. You cannot do the sum of department. I want to know the sum of what? I want to know the sum of salary, so I'll say sum of salary from which table? Employee. So I, from this table structure, I can say that the total salary I'm giving is 3,45,000. That is the total salary. What is the minimum salary I'm giving? So there is a function called min of salary, 35,000. What is the maximum salary giving? Max. And what is the average salary I'm giving? Average. What is the count I'm giving? Like what count means what? I want to know that what is the total number of counts available in my employee table. I want to know the total number of, so I'll say select count star from emp. So I can say here that The total number of records which are available in my employee table is 6. So these are the aggregate functions we have available not only in Oracle database, in all the databases. Aggregate functions always return one column at a time. Like you can see here that if you say that can I use select, and after that I want to know the employee name. Generally, like my expectation is like who is having a minimum salary. I want to know that also. 35,000 is my 35,000 is my minimum salary. I got to know that, but who is having that person? So if you say that, okay, if you just say minimum salary and after that I want to name, select his name also, so that is not allowed. What is his name? Employee name, emp underscore name. Let me give the column name properly. So if you say emp underscore name, not a single group by function. That's the main problem with the group by functions. The group by, whenever you are using a group by, it does not give you the columns which you are not using group by. Now what is group by? I'll talk about that, but as of now just keep it in your mind that it will return only one column. You can say here that. So whenever you are in a situations where you want to do the sum, mean, max, average, count, so that time we are going to use this aggregate functions. That's all about the aggregate functions. Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear? Okay, that's all about the aggregate functions. Quite simple, but these aggregate functions are pretty much important. Normally these are the functions which we are going to use very very frequently, and in next class also we are going to use these aggregate functions too much. Okay, so we are going to see that. The next thing which I want to talk about, we called it as a, the next thing which I want to talk about, we called it as a group by functions. Okay, group by functions, but this part I will not take it today. This part I will take it by tomorrow, because these functions are pretty much important functions, and I need 1 hour to make you understand about these functions. When you are using the group by, along with that you need to use aggregate functions also, that we have just discussed. Okay, so tomorrow on the same time we will connect, we will try to understand about the group by functions, and if we have some time then we will try to understand about the joins and some other important part in the SQL. Okay, clear everyone? Today whatever we have discussed, is it clear? It was clear whatever we have discussed, and I hope you people are doing the practice of Linux and SQL also. I'm pretty much confident that you people are doing that. Okay, so let's connect tomorrow. Okay, we'll continue this SQL, okay, by tomorrow, and then we will jump to Oracle DBA, PostgreSQL DBA, or data engineers, whatever you people are learning. Okay, I think Linux notes we have discussed, no? We have already shared, no? Linux notes not shared.
I'm having issue. I'm struggling.
What? Hmm?
Sir, I am enrolled for the PostgreSQL.
Hmm.
So when the PostgreSQL class will start?
PostgreSQL will start after we are closing the. See, this is the part of PostgreSQL also.
Yes, understand.
Hmm.
But for PostgreSQL class,
As soon as we close this SQL, as soon as after the once we close our SQL, then we will start with our PostgreSQL. Okay. Okay.
next week.
Most probably, most probably. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thanks.